What's good, everyone? We're gonna talk about the fight between Iron Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which there's only one way I can legit say about this fight in particular, but I'm gonna have to call on MJF. Yo, Max, let him hear ya! Mid! Honestly, this whole fight was nothing more than a cash grab evocative of Logan Paul and Floyd Money Mayweather. Similar to that fight, there was nothing really it. There was all sizzle, no steak. It wasn't a 10-star Meltzer classic like we were expecting. We didn't see a knockout. All we saw was a dance class that should not ever happen at all.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
All I have to say in this case is kudos to Mike Tyson. He my GOAT. But seriously, at 58 years old, with all the stuff he had to deal with before the fight, prior to it, and during the fight, that man said, nah, forget this. I ain't going down. I want my kids to see me fight. Forget proving to the world that I'm the baddest man of the planet. I am the baddest man on the planet, period. I've done it all in boxing. And while yes, both men got paid, unfortunately, they both got suspended at AT&T Stadium, more so for health reasons, which is very understandable given the age difference. 8-round fights, but with no break intervals. That's concerning on every accord, especially with Mike Tyson given his age. But again, dude was unwavered throughout the entire thing, from the health scares that delayed the fight to this fall. And if you saw, he had a knee brace, which is an injury that he sustained prior to this fight. Still gotta give the man his flowers and all the respect he wants, regardless if he won the fight or lost the fight. The man, Tyson, has nothing else to prove that he hasn't already done in the world of boxing. Just like Muhammad Ali, he has inspired a new generation of boxers. Now, obviously, I cannot name all the names of the new generation of boxing today, but you can ask any boxer of the current era today. Oh, Mike Tyson, he my GOAT, he my legend. I look up to him. I inspire to be a boxing legend like him, but make my own path. See what I mean? So obviously, Mike Tyson has already laid out an impact in the world of professional boxing, but boxing nowadays has been nothing short than a circus act. While, they were throwing some punches, it was not the boxing I remember. Mind you, I grew up in that Mike Tyson-esque era. Well, the latter parts of Mike Tyson, since he hasn't been in a boxing ring since '06. I was 5 to 6 years old, seeing everything from freaking Floyd Mayweather on down in the world of boxing. Regardless of this, Jake Paul was in a lose from the jump. Allow me to explain. You see, before this fight started and when the fight started, people were already speculating that Jake Paul was in a lose situation. A, if he won the fight against Tyson via KO or TKO, he was going to get chastised for beating up a 58-year-old. If he lost the same way, oh, he got beat up by a 55-year-old man.
Embarrassing!
You see what I mean? So in Jake Paul's case, there was nothing helping him. There was no real winner in this whole fight. The undercards, for example, those were more interesting than the main event. For example, Taylor versus Serrano part duh. Controversies were abound during that fight, but regardless of it, Taylor still ended up victorious via unanimous decision victory. A very close one at that. Taylor, despite the controversial headbutt, has gone on record to say when you are facing fighters of completely similar styles, orthodox and southpaw, headbutts do tend to happen.
It just happens sometimes when you're fighting against a southpaw, especially. the fighters coming close, and it just happens. It was completely accidental. I mean, they're calling me a dirty fighter or whatever, but that wasn't purposely done. Obviously, I'm in there fighting like she is, and it's a rough sport, and sometimes you get head clashes, you have to fight through those things.
Big ups for Katie Taylor, and even more props to Serrano for still keeping high spirits throughout all of that. Because mind you, women's boxing is sort of just like everything. Women in professional sports do have a tendency to not be noticed, even in the world of sports. From wrestling to boxing and MMA, you have those women trailblazers that pave the way for more women to be in these types of sports that should be equally as important and shown and known to the world than the men. But again, throughout the controversies and the amounts of illegal headbutts that culminated in Katie Taylor getting suspended from boxing because of this.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
I gotta hold it in.
Get him.
This fight was
A 2-pack of ass.
It was trash. We wanted to see Jake Paul get his ass knocked out. Sorry. Woo-hoo. Slow down there, Chief.
Take it easy, man.
This was nothing more than a disappointment. And I've said this plenty of times, and I'll have to repeat myself for this. But this sucked in so many ways. From the trailers and the face-off wherein Mike Tyson gave Jake Paul the Will Smith Chris Rock treatment. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Slap! Us invested. It got us more wanting to see a bloodbath of this fight. Instead, we got nothing short. And now, the aftermath.
And here we go.
Ever since the fight has ended, people have been going out of the woodworks to clown and chastise Jake Paul for the performance, or lack thereof, from Conor McGregor, from Joe Rogan, to Dana White, to freaking Ryan Garcia on down. People want Jake Paul's head on a silver platter, and no one is more than happy to do it than this man, Andrew Tate, the top G.
Clear to me, you are desperate for a reality check. You know what? If I made my money impressing 4-year-olds on YouTube and managed to somehow become a multimillionaire from it, I'd probably live in a dream world too. There are a whole bunch of men out here who will never be as famous as you, will never make the money you've made, who would kick the living fuck out of you. This is the hardest sport in the world, and people dedicate their lives to this, and most of them never get a payday. It never pays off for the majority of fighters, who would fuck you up. I'm one of the lucky ones. I made a little bit of money. I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all.
Yeah, legit said, hey, I'm willing to put up 3 mil. Have a money match right now. But it's not out of pride. It's not out of ego. It's not even more than just say I'm better than you. This is merely to prove a point that your credibility as a boxer is nothing more than a joke. And what Andrew Tate says, I have to pull up the Scorsese and say, he's cooking 5-star dishes. And why not? While yes, Andrew Tate is known for controversial things, when it comes to the world of sports, there were no lies in what he told Jake Paul, what he said to him. He called out Jake Paul for his lack of accountability, a lack of authenticity in terms of Jake Paul's boxing career. Simply put, men and women of the boxing world has devoted their entire livelihoods into the sport that they love, not for a quick cash grab, and definitely not as a spectacle class or clown act. Andrew Tate called it out. So seeing an Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul fight somewhere in the future, I'd be invested in that more than this fight.
Yeah! It's wobbling out there now. Yeah!
All in all, this fight was boring. Katie Taylor versus Serrano delivered on all accounts despite the controversies. And for the people who streamed this fight illegally or watched this on Netflix with the streaming issues involved,
Dummy.
Yeah!
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them going to sleep for good.
This rant was incredibly worth everything. But if you guys enjoyed this video, hit a like, comment down below other stuff you want me to talk about next, and subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated on every single video I post on this channel. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for enjoying this video. I love you all, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.